Hey there, welcome back to the pod. It's gloating time. The Warriors suck. They lost yesterday by 52 points. It's like a 40-point game at halftime, got completely annihilated by the Boston Celtics, the very same Boston Celtics that they beat in the finals 2 years ago, 3 years ago. When was that? A couple of years back. They are, they're struggling. They're in the play-in tournament right now. Probably gonna make the play-in tournament, but they got their most of their pieces back. They can't blame injury. They can't blame Draymond's antics being suspended. They got the full team now. So what are they gonna do down the stretch? What do you think, Riley?
So I think that there is a risk here of overreacting to the game that we saw yesterday. That was a shellacking for sure. They got throttled by potentially the best team in the NBA outside of maybe the Nuggets, who I still have as my favorite. But Boston looks really good. So I don't want to, I want to say that some of what happened yesterday is about the Warriors and the fact that they're not the team they used to be. A lot of what happened yesterday is about the fact that Boston is laying the hammer down anytime someone comes into their arena, winning by double digits, often 20 plus points.
Three
They
50-point wins this season for the Celtics, by the way, which is
yeah,
bananas.
yeah. And, the other piece of that is that honestly, over the last couple of months, the Warriors have not looked that bad. They actually had the most wins in the NBA in the month of February. And today, Steve Kerr was named Western Conference Player of the Month for February.
Coach of the
Even
month.
Player.
the day after they got destroyed. But the fact is that still they definitely have some problems they're going to have to work through. They're not a championship caliber team, which is where they want to be. Steph Curry, is quoted after the game saying like, "Yeah, that's what we used to do to teams, but used to." Now this other Splash Brothers, a shell of himself, sitting on the bench. And so I have my eye on them potentially panicking a little bit and making some rash moves. And the rashest of moves, and you guys are okay, I'm already laughing about it. I think that they might be thinking about what's it going to take to get LeBron there to play with Steph because LeBron's not necessarily happy in LA right now. He told
Draft
LA
Bronny.
that's what you got to do to get LeBron on your team. And they're probably going to be in a position. Bronny's not going to be a top pick. Their draft pick's probably going to be in a spot where they might be able to take him, knowing that they could get LeBron too. And we all know the GM, he sets these things up. He might make it so no other team in the league would dare take Bronny because they know that LeBron and Bronny together are going to Golden State to play with LeBron's buddy Steph. So I think that that's a possibility if they go into panic mode. I don't know that that gets them a championship. I think it probably doesn't, but it seems like the kind of thing that they might do.
You
If
want
they
to
do
know the
that,
one?
if they do that, they need to recreate the banana boat picture with Steph, Chris Paul, Bronny, LeBron, Clay. Get as many of them on the banana boat, Draymond as possible. Go out to Alcatraz and chill on the banana boat.
You want to know the one team that can stop your evil plan? It's actually the Portland Trailblazers because the Blazers have the Warriors' first round pick this season,
He's not
and
going in the first
he's
round.
not going to go in the first round. But what if a team wants LeBron and takes him with the 30th pick? I
The
mean,
GM, he's not going to let it happen. If LeBron wants to go
what does
somewhere,
he?
that's
What
the
power
team
does?
that's going to pick Bronny.
What power does LeBron have to say you can't pick my son? I don't know about that.
Infinite. He has infinite power, Colton, as we've
Well,
seen for 20 years.
Bronny's not an NBA player. It might be something where he goes like undrafted and gets signed somewhere, in my opinion. I'm just saying, unless the Warriors have a second round pick, wherever they have it, somebody else might do that and draft Bronny just for fun at that point in the draft, right? Anyways, I think that it's as a Blazer fan kind of cathartic to see this out of the Warriors to get shellacked because
What did you say you were gonna do before we started the video, Colton?
hey, when the Warriors dynasty is over, Warriors fans, if you're watching this, you have to know how much you've hurt us. piss on your grave is what I'm gonna do, because the Blazers have just been decimated by the Warriors for far too long. For the whole entire reign of Stephen Curry, the Blazers have just been torched. So I don't know how Riley can be a fan from afar of the Warriors, because I cannot stand them. I cannot stand Steve Kerr.
Boo.
I cannot stand Draymond Green. I cannot stand Klay Thompson. I
Chris
cannot stand
Paul.
Chris Paul. Steph Curry is okay, but when he starts hanging his mouth guard out and shimmying down the court, I can't stand that either. I can't stand any of them. I couldn't stand Iguodala. I couldn't stand their whole entire team has been unlikable. The whole
Gary
process.
Payton, you're a big fan
Gary
of him?
Payton. I hate Gary Payton. I mean, come on. None of those guys are likable, in my opinion. Steph is hard to hate, I guess, but he's fun to watch. I will give it that. My point is, if this is the time, which it does look like they're kind of on their last legs and they might make a desperation move in the offseason, I agree with that, Riley. I'm going to rejoice in the streets. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to let any Warrior fan I see know that I'm happy that they're back in mediocrity like they were for the last 40 years of their franchise before they drafted Steph Curry.
Back to the Monte Ellis days.
Yeah, I was a fan during the Monte days before it was cool.
Rapid fire answer here, quick about it. Where do you think, looking just at this season, you know, to looking at where the Blazers pick may fall, where do you think they're gonna end up? Do you think they're gonna get knocked out of the play-in? You think they're gonna miss the play-in? You think they're gonna squeak into the playoffs?
I think they squeeze into the playoffs, probably as an 8th seed.
I hope they get smacked in the play-in game by whatever team plays them. I could see the refs gifting them. Draymond will get in the ref's face and yet somehow won't get ejected. He could shove a ref and then they won't eject him. And who knows what's going to happen. I think the Warriors, if they have to play 2 play-in tournament games, there's no doubt in my mind they'll win the first one. If it's only a 1 game, they'll probably win. I think they'll make the playoffs, sadly, too. But as far as Blazer fans they should want them to get knocked out, because they get their first round pick and it'll be a lottery pick if the Warriors are knocked out.
Yeah, I think I agree. I also think that they're probably gonna squeeze into the playoffs, but it's gonna be a tough road once they get there. They're gonna be hitting, you know, the Nuggets or the Thunder or a team like that. Hopefully not the Timberwolves, because I could see that actually being a competitive series, but we will see. Where do you guys think that the Warriors are gonna fall? You think the dynasty is over, or are we overreacting? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.